Welcome back to the Podshed and Happy New Year 2026. And I didn't say Happy New Year's because the guest who's sitting across from me is diametrically opposed to anybody who adds an S at the end of it. Is that true?
That was more of a Bean thing from the Kevin and Bean morning show. Yes, Bean hated New Year's. It was Happy New Year. He did not like the pluralization of that phrase.
Now, why are you here? Do you have people figured out who you are yet?
That's the way you love to be welcomed back, right? Why are you here, buddy?
I said Happy New Year 2026. Yes. That included you.
Happy New Year. Why am I here? I have a lot of things to plug. No, I wanted to hang out with my buddy Holman. I brought my son Quinn over here.
Hold on. Say hi, Quinn.
Hello.
No, you're supposed to say hi, Quinn. That's the joke.
Oh, hi, Quinn.
Okay, you're off the mic now.
He straight muted him. That's harsh. Ouch.
Yeah.
So why am I here? I have a lot of things to catch up on. I wanted to hang out with you for a little bit and just let people know in Podshed world, in the Truck Show Podcast world, that I'm still alive. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you are on Podshed Insiders, and from time to time, people, they give you a lot of crap in there, and you're like, guys, I'm here. I can read all these.
I do see all that commentary.
But a lot of people do say, when is Lightning coming back? And
here I am. Not permanently.
I don't recall asking for a really boring story. My God. I understand no one cares.
What a way to start it off.
You played that prematurely. I haven't even gotten started yet.
Wait, what did you just say?
You played that prematurely.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, a couple of questions I have for you.
How many drops are we going to play in this episode?
Just get them all the way, get them out of the way right up front.
Okay. No, it doesn't feel right yet.
No?
No, just keep going with your boring story.
All right. First off, I walk into the Podshed, which I haven't stepped foot in months, maybe 6-8 months.
I've been,
something like that. And dude, you have all this AMSOIL stuff. What's up with this right now? You have an AMSOIL Lego side-by-side.
That would be a building block set.
Oh, okay. Got it. I forgot. Lego lost the patent some time ago.
Right.
And now everyone's ripping them off.
And now, did you see the company online that you can send a picture of your car and they put a building blocks kit together for you so you can rebuild your exact car?
It's smart.
It's smart.
Yeah.
And they build the whole kit for you. So they send you the instructions and everything. They 3D scan it, and then they figure out what blocks make it. I'm like, that is a great business model.
So I got to show you something real quick here.
Marin just built the Lego 747 with the shuttle on top.
Oh, really?
She built it in a day. And that's huge. Yeah.
Well, this one right here. So what I'm building right now is the AMG 6x6 that you got me last Christmas or the one
that
prior.
Thing was huge because I think it had like 10 million parts.
Not 10 million, but it's a lot. And the instructions suck balls. They're awful, but the kit is really well made. So I'm making do, and I'm about half done with it. It has all the working gears, and it's going to be really cool. But look at this. I put this video up some time ago. Gavin, my older son, and I spent a couple of Sundays building the McLaren P1.
So you put that on social and had like 100,000 views or something. It was silly.
3.9 million views.
Jeez. I mean, it was stupid. I saw it. It was cool. You guys did a great job, but it's almost Ballard level.
Well, McQuinn is over here freaking out. Look at this. There's your brother. 3.9 million views. Dude, I've become like a YouTuber / Instagrammer since we last spoke.
So that happened. There was a trend that went down. We look back now we frown. Please don't happen again.
So that happened.
It's like dusting off the cobwebs.
Oh, man.
Legos have been kind of my passion over the last couple months, just building a lot of them. And there are so many. What's that?
You find it cathartic.
I do. You can just zone out. Some people play tennis. Some people, go off-roading like you, whatever.
No, it's pickleball.
Pickleball, yeah. And I'm in my on my kitchen table putting Legos together.
So the cool thing about the AMSOIL one is it has working suspension.
Oh, really?
It has rubber bands on it. Be careful of the doors. The doors are in the top are he's got a hold and raise button.
Fully articulating, straight axle suspension. That's neat.
So
I got to call Holly and get one of those.
That was the holiday promotion, and so when people use the code Holman2025 when they bought AMSOIL, they got that for free, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so Quinn is showing me a fully
The V8
an engine,
right?
the
Yeah,
V8 engine.
yeah.
Who's that by? That's like Bricks Brothers or
By
something.
Bold King.
I saw it on Amazon or on Instagram, and it was like there's a 2JZ one too, and oh man,
It's fully working.
Yeah,
It
fully
just,
working, and you put all. I'm like, I want to build that.
So that McLaren P1 that we built is the engine, the gears all work.
Yeah,
It
the
has
steering, all that, right?
Everything works. It is so incredible, and it took us a year to put it together. So I'm not here to talk about Legos necessarily. I do have a bunch of stuff to bring you guys up to speed on in my guest appearance for 2026.
Oh my God, Lightning! Shut the F up! Shut up, Lightning! Shut up, Lightning! Shut up!
I mean, I guess that's rude that you're a guest, but I mean, you just keep blathering on. How long is this show going to be?
That drop is still painful.
Have you noticed I've tried to keep the shows to like 45 minutes, hour and 10, and really trying to keep them tighter, and then you're back, and it's like, uh-oh, this is going to be an 8-hour show.
I don't like the shorter shows.
I feel like I should. Well, I don't either, but they're hard to edit when they're longer. But it's just me. So here's the thing: is I feel like I'm not giving them everything, but I also can't give them any more.
Okay, I'm good at blabbing. There's no question about that.
We should do this whole show unedited so people can see how bad we really are.
I'd prefer
it would
you
save
didn't.
me a lot of time.
I'd prefer you didn't.
It would save me a lot of time.
So the first thing that I wanted to talk through is
Well, we haven't done a jingle. We haven't opened the show. We haven't done anything. We have to do.
I double dog dare you to play the original jingle.
The Truck Show. We're gonna show you what we know. We're gonna answer what the truck. 'Cause truck rhymes with the Truck Show. We have the lifted, we have the lowered, and everything in between. We'll talk about trucks that run on diesel and the ones that run on gasoline. The Truck Show, the Truck Show, the Truck Show. Whoa, whoa.
It's the Truck Show with your hosts, Lightning and Holman.
Ooh,
How's that feel?
That felt weird. That was
It's been a year.
it was kind of interesting here.
It's been a year. I mean,
It's like someone tickled my cornhole right there. I was like, ooh.
Lightning, 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 lightning.
that's me banging my head against the desk here. Yeah, it's been a year, and I haven't played it since. I haven't looked back.
why would you?
I don't know.
Why would
well,
you?
I was reminiscing in here with the lights and the curtains drawn, and I just was sad and had my thumb in my mouth and just played it over and over again. It was quite depressing. Hey, well, hold on. Quinn needs to talk.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there?
Just
He's day trading. That's what he's doing.
Are
He's
you day trading on our time?
no, it's crypto.
Okay. All right. Well, same thing.
That's what all the young kids do.
So my crypto is like way down. I'm all upset because I was doing good, and now I'm like,
You can send me some.
I'm not sending you my down crypto. That's not why I turned your mic back on. So you have been part of the podcast in the past, helping us out. You have also never been to the pod shed.
No, I've never been.
So what do you think?
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, talk right into it. You know how a mic works.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I've never been in here. I like the alcohol on the side.
That's like a $400 bottle there. You cannot have any of that.
Most of that has been gifted, correct?
All of that has been gifted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna open that at any point?
I am.
For what's the special occasion?
I haven't decided yet. Maybe when you and
Some
your dad
random
leave my
Tuesday.
pod shed studio.
One random Tuesday?
Yeah. I like random Tuesdays and random Wednesdays.
Yeah, I like what you do with it. I've never been in this.
So, I mean, it feels like a real recording studio, right?
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
does.
feel like you think you're going to walk into like a corrugated steel shed or something
With like
that.
a hose in the corner and like an old like seed spreader or something like
Yeah,
that.
you got a
ride-on
lawnmower,
mower.
a Honda lawnmower in the corner or something.
Yeah, the flated guys are in and they're like, oh, I had no idea this is what this was. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, welcome to where the magic happens.
all the
So-
sound deadening on the walls. It's like it's raining right now and you can't hear it.
No, it's pretty quiet.
So yeah, welcome to the pod shed, Mr. Quinn.
All right, and I'm going to shut you back off because you don't know how to talk on a mic and have nothing interesting to say right now. All right.
But he will, because we're going to bring that up. I
Are we
brought
gonna
him
bring
for a
him back
reason,
in?
not just to talk about day trading.
Okay.
Crypto. Yeah. He'll come in like in the middle of the night. He was studying abroad in Spain. He comes
I bet he
back
was.
And right? His girlfriend actually was there as well. Yes. So he comes back and he's running back into the room like every 2 hours. He's like, yeah, I made another $80. Made $90. Maybe, whatever it is. He's just he's just getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out really quick here.
All right, I'm turning your mic back on because now I'll tell you when I need help, because clearly you are doing better at it than I am.
Okay.
So
Okay, I got you.
what coin did you make last night? You made like $80 in like 30 seconds.
It's called Rainbow Fish. And they're all just ridiculous names, and it's like you have to follow the trends, and you get in, get out. It's called scalping. It's the easiest thing to do. But you'll throw in because these coins are worth less than a cent, less than a cent.
So I bought a bunch of Pepe, which was like super cheap, because I'm like, if Pepe ever gets to half a cent,
you're a millionaire.
I'm a gazillionaire, because I own like 9 million coins or something like that.
Well, yeah, and you buy it when it's like 9 zeros. It's point zero 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 zero.
So I have a bunch of that, and I've spent like $100. And if it ever just gets to half a penny, dude, I'm gonna be like, what was the Donald Duck rich uncle who was like rolling in the gold swimming pool room? That would be me.
Yeah.
It'll never happen, but I figured on for $100,
all you do is you dream to drop at zero. Just as soon as it drops to zero, a decimal place, it's like you make a mountain of cash.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're all like less than a cent, so you just buy in, you get out as fast as you can. And I see a lot of people that I follow a little bit, but they're making thousands of dollars in a day just off like on the Solana blockchain. It's pretty insane.
So I have a tiny bit of Bitcoin. I bought into that too late, but I actually made money off that. I've got Shiba Inu, because Shiba was big for a while, and then it just sort of but that's actually been up. I have some XRP, I have some Pepe, and I bought Doge just because I bought Doge right before Elon made a bunch of news with it. I figured, I'll buy it now because people will be more aware of it, and it's kind of gone,
Yeah.
So.
Those are all old school ones, I think.
Well, I'm an old school guy.
There are thousands of coins. That's for a different podcast. So there's some news that I wanted to discuss with you, Mr. Holman, because I don't know when this is airing, but I know
probably tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay, well, you just put up a TRX episode talking about the news.
I did.
I guess so. It was embargoed because I saw Andre from TFL Truck and everybody, every freaking YouTuber and podcaster, I guess, knew about this. And it was embargoed for. When did they do this? About a month ago?
2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm amazed that nobody let it slip, especially the 777 horsepower.
Okay.
And it's awesome. The nice thing too is there's no trim level on it. It's basically every TRX is fully loaded,
right?
Which is nice. So suede headliner and carbon fiber.
Except the one that I saw did not have the moonroof. So there might be
a couple options in there, perhaps. And then there's you can get I can't remember, the blood red or whatever that option is, which has the black painted top on it and red accents. I think the red accents, especially on the RAM badge over the top, I don't think it needed that because it's just
also around the horn ring on the center of your. They got the contrast stitching on the steering wheel.
It's the airbag cover.
The airbag cover, and it's too much.
They did it on purpose because they wanted it to look more upscale, so they tried to match it. And then they have this really cool carbon fiber that has a red weave through. They're using real carbon fiber. It's not like a piece of plastic that has like a silk screen over the top. It's real carbon fiber.
Really?
And in person, it looks awesome. And the suede headliner and
was the original one plastic?
No, those were also Ram. When they do their high end stuff, it's all real stuff. Like in a Longhorn, it's a real piece of wood on the dash that they actually take a branding iron to brand in Longhorn into the logo, so that every one is a little bit different because they're all unique, which is what makes it cool, because your truck's a little bit different than every other one out there.
Yeah. So then, of course, everyone on all the TRX groups are talking like, okay, well, I still have mine. How do I get that extra horsepower? And Andre on TFL. By the way, I got to call him because he was out of breath that whole segment that I saw when he was Andre, are you okay, buddy? Because he was like panting. I think he must have been sick or something when he walked around the truck.
Oh yeah,
he was on the stage there, and he was talking about it, and he announced that the price, like, you will be, it gets us $99,000 for the truck.
So it'll be 102 because there's a destination charge, which is really expensive. It's over $2,000. But still, considering everything you get, that's a pretty great price point. Especially you look at the new Wrangler Moab 392, which is a decontented Rubicon 392. So mine actually was the final edition. And they take out, a few things, like there's no painted fender flares. You don't have the nice seats with the Rubicon 392 embroidered in it. Little things like that. And they drop the price $20,000. So one of the things that Stellantis is really fixing right now is their pricing.
So on the TRX groups, people like me were saying, oh, well, how do I get that extra 75 horsepower that they got out of it? And Andre was mentioning that 18% of the improvement was with the air intake system. And I'm thinking, really?
The air intake system's cool. Like it's
you saw it.
I saw it. I have pictures of it.
How's it different than mine?
So I think it's the way the box is and how it draws air, and it draws through the hood scoop and it draws through the grill.
Same as mine.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's bigger than that. I believe they said the filter was a lot bigger. So like the surface area,
Right.
which would make sense.
Very interesting. Okay, well, I've got to check it out because, I mean, I have been looking at SRT Auto Works, and I want you to talk to this guy named, I think it's Tommy. I could be wrong. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with SRT Auto Works. They're out of Arizona, like the Glendale, Arizona, somewhere like that. And they build their exotic killers package. And I have been drooling over that for some time. I follow guys who have had that kit done.
Yeah.
You know, you go to bigger injectors, you go
Are you ready for
ethanol.
Are you ready for that? Because
So-
for a while you're thinking about getting rid of it.
So I'm not.
Okay.
I do think that I'm going to steal this from another guy that I
Okay.
follow who says this is my forever truck. I think it might be, but it might be. I really enjoy it. I like messing with it. I've done some more stuff to it since we spoke last.
What
I do.
What have
I
you
like
done?
it.
We should talk about what the state of our vehicles are.
Well, so to answer your question about will I make big changes in the powertrain, I'm still under my 6-year, whatever it was, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. I've blown past the electronics part and all that. So if my head unit takes a crap, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to violate the powertrain warranty. If I do, then that 8 HP transmission that I have and all that becomes really expensive really fast. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
that's a great trans though. So the
I know,
likelihood of
it's
you
stout.
having problems is pretty low.
I know, but if my slip yoke starts clunking again like
Yeah.
it was, and my drive shaft, if
then
that
just
goes
get a
again,
custom carbon fiber drive shaft, and then never worry about it.
I know,
again.
but then I have to buy it. Right now, Ram will cover it because I'm under that. So I am doing what so many banks customers do. They call me all the time.
The day their warranty expires?
The most frequent question we get at banks is, does this Monster Ram, does this intake, boost tubes, whatever, this Derringer tuner affect my factory warranty? And it really comes down to how good a relationship do you have with your dealership?
Yeah.
And you and I go to the same dealership.
And I'll tell people this: if you go to your Jiffy Lube or your everyday mechanic on your car under warranty, don't expect at the end of your warranty for the dealer to help you out. However, if you've got a trusted dealer and you take your car there and you're borderline on the warranty coverage with time or mileage, they will look at your service history and go, you know what, this person's been a good customer. They've gotten their car service here. So they'll look at the service records and they'll look at your history and they'll go, oh, you know what, we're going to go ahead and honor it for this customer because they've been a customer of ours. If they've never seen the car before, you're out of luck. So usually I tell people, ask me, listen, if you're going to do some slight modifications, if you're going to have that relationship with the dealer, because it's going to pay off for you at some point.
Right.
But make sure you have a good dealer, because there are some dealers that
They'll go letter of the law and they'll ding you for anything.
Well, there's that, or there's dealers who have a hard time, depending on where you are, finding really good mechanics or cycle through people. If you go to a stable dealer, you know the service advisor, you know the guys were good to go. Like a good dealer is a great place to spend time.
Yeah. So I have considered they make lower pulleys because the upper pulley, it's a fair amount of work and everyone can tell that you've done it. If you do, they have a slip-on lower pulley. Steve Ripa makes one, and there's one by FASS, F-A-S-S.
Yep.
And I think they call it a cognito or whatever because it's incognito. It's right. You can't really see, and the dealer won't notice it. You get like 2 PSI. But I've had this long debate over whether if you increase it by 2 PSI, but you don't tune the truck, does the ECM actually know what to do with that booster?
Yeah.
Does it blow it off the atmosphere? So anyway, I haven't done it. I've debated it. But I think now, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go to SRT Auto Works in Arizona, and I'm going to do the full 900 wheel horsepower kit.
Is that smog legal?
Maybe. If I live in Arizona.
Okay.
All right. And no, I can't imagine they have a CARB-O on it, but so you go to ethanol, larger injectors, pulleys, the whole thing.
Yeah, but ethanol's bad.
The whole thing. So I asked a bunch of people about it. I said, I've heard it rots the rubber boot.
So here's the problem. A couple things. From a performance standpoint, it's higher octanes, like 110, it's great. But if your car is not equipped with the right stainless steel lines and the right rubber, it will eat through seals and cause some issues and cause corrosion in the fuel system.
I've asked about it, and they said no. I've asked people who've had it done.
Okay.
I asked a guy in the San Fernando Valley who, by the way, just had his truck broken into identically to mine. They went in the same way, and it was weird. It's a guy I used to work with at CBS Radio. Are you going to play the lightning long story thing again? Okay.
I'm just waiting for you to.
It was super weird. He posted the pictures up on one of the groups, and it looked like I was looking at my photos that I had taken.
My favorite comment when you commented on the Ram TRX from our people in the Podshed Insiders was basically, maybe because yours doesn't have as much horsepower, they'll steal the new ones instead and leave yours in your driveway.
I thought that was funny.
That was pretty funny.
So anyway, this guy, I reached out to him and said, you need this IGLA. We've had him on the show. Here's the interview. Listen to how this IGLA system works. It'll keep your truck protected in the future, yada, yada, yada. And he goes, yeah, I've done all this work to it, big horsepower kit, yada. So then I started talking to him about it. And I went down this rabbit hole of he's on the ethanol kit. And I thought, oh my God, he's got the 900 horsepower kit, 900 to the wheels, which is nuts. And he says, no, he did exactly what I was doing. He asked all those questions. Will it deteriorate the stainless? Will it deteriorate? What negative effects will the ethanol have? The upside to ethanol is that it's less than $2 a gallon here in Southern California.
Well, what's your fuel economy right now?
So I asked him that too. And I said, I'm getting 11.4.
So are you going to be okay at 8.5 miles per gallon?
No. He says right now he's getting 10.9.
No. Ethanol is 20% less power potential than gasoline.
Right.
You will take a big hit on fuel economy.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just warning you.
No, I
it's
get
cheap,
it.
but if you don't like getting 220 miles to a tank, you're not going to like getting 180 miles to a tank either.
No, it sucks. It's awful because I daily it 5 days a week. We make a 31-mile trip to work.
You don't take the dually anymore?
No, this has been the daily for the whole summer and all fall. Yeah. I burned through a lot of fuel. So your license plate idea, yummy gas, it's never been more true. Never been more true.
By the way, Bropar's still in the corner over there.
Yeah. Oh, Quinn, did you ever see that license plate? Up here in the corner. Pull that out.
Yeah, I did.
No car or Bropar right there. So your hot take on the new TRX overall?
I mean, it's basically the same TRX. It's got the RHO version 2 or generation 2 of the Bilstein Black Hawk Squared, 14 inches of travel.
Mine squeak, by the way. And is that because I don't articulate them enough because I'm doing too much daily driving?
I don't know, but
squeaking. Like really.
It's not your shocks aren't squeaking. Check your sway bar bushings. I bet you it's going to be either your sway bar end links or it's going to be your bushings.
Okay. All right. I'll do both.
And they should be covered under warranty. So.
Luckily, I know a guy who has access to a couple of racks, a couple of 4-posts. So you asked what I had done to the TRX since we last spoke, and I put one of those behind the grill kits in, the lighting behind the grill. So what you do is you have to pull the grill off and remove your windshield wiper reservoir, which is plastic.
Okay. Yep.
And Pinnacle Specialty Performance, the guy is out of Utah, makes a really cool-looking aluminum fabricated windshield wiper reservoir. So you replace the plastic one with this one, and it's a lot shallower.
Yeah.
And that allows you to put lights, squeeze a 7-inch light or smaller.
Now they have the LP6s, which might even be better.
So
there's a lot of output, and they're a little bit smaller.
So I have the LP6s.
Okay.
And I called them, and one of my buddies is now working there at Baja, and he says, yeah, no problem. He sent me a set. I was super stoked. Well, the windshield wiper reservoir is not shallow enough to allow me to put the LP6 in and then put the grill back on. The grill straight up would not fit. It was just, I needed an extra half an inch of clearance. It just wouldn't fit no matter what I tried.
Every inch counts.
Yes, every half an inch counts. That's what she said. And so...
Come on, now you're going to make me go back to all these retired drops.
That's what she said.
Yes.
I literally have a folder on here called Retired Drops, and it's like the old logo. It's Billy Creech.
Why did you retire? That's what she said. Were you an idiot?
Because you weren't here. That was a lightning thing.
That was a me thing?
That was a lightning thing.
So anyway, I got my whole truck apart. I've wired it into the aux bus and the whole thing, and I'm ready to put this thing back together. And I couldn't. I was so bummed. And I go on this mission. I need to find some shallower lights. And I found Triple R lights. And I think, okay. And I do a deep dive on them. And they're made in England. And they appear to have all the right specs. They have a distribution center here in the Phoenix area, I believe it was. And I reached out to their marketing guy, Matt, who was incredibly helpful, and sent me out a set of their 7.5-inch lights. And I didn't know what to expect. I saw their videos and thought, oh, these look pretty good. They'll fit the bill. And I get them, and they're freaking insane. They are the most incredible lights no one's ever heard. No, made in England. And I think they have a ton of rally racing history.
Yeah, probably.
Which is puts our Baja racing to shame. These guys are abusive.
Yeah, Baja's pretty abusive too, but I get the sentiment.
So I held them in my hands for 20 minutes going, how have I not heard of Triple R lights? How is it possible that, you and I have done thousands of podcasts, interviewed all these lighting people, and I'm not familiar with triple R lights. So I install them, and I get compliments on them all the time. They're incredible. They have 2 positions, actually 3. So they've got an amber backlight, which I leave on all the time because with my taser, all my DRLs are amber.
Okay.
So these match. I cruise around with these menacing looking amber lights facing forward from behind the grill. So they've got another mode where you can go DOT legal lighting. So I think they limit the output of the white lights. Of course, I didn't do that, so I'm illegal. But I pulled that off.
But how's that different than any time ever?
Yeah, right. I do breaking the law. So they're incredibly bright. I think they'll go. Block that Banks is on is what, I don't know, 8th mile or so.
Probably something like that.
I get at the very end of the cul-de-sac and bright up the brick wall at the very end. And it's like absolutely impressed with these lights. So I want you to have Matt on because I'm not familiar with another English light company doing business here in America. And they're just
make that happen.
Phenomenal. And the price is lower than a lot of their competitors. So I don't know. I think it's worth a conversation between you and Matt.
All right. Well, set it up.
Do you remember when you and I interviewed Gary Bell from Audio Control?
Yeah, I saw him. I was going to say I saw him at SEMA, but I guess that was a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time, right?
Wow.
I'm finally getting around to installing all that equipment that's been in my garage.
Oh, wow.
All the audio control amps, everything. And over the holidays, I've watched so many YouTube videos about properly damping the door panels because that's where I'm losing all my mid bass and all that stuff. So I am going... In January, I finally have an appointment to start working on the audio system to bring it up to the level I think it should be.
Nice.
So,
and then how many extra batteries will you add to control the draw?
None. No, it'll be fine. That'll be fine. I mean, it's not. I'm not.
At least you're driving it every day, so you don't have to worry about parking for a week.
And I made my own little magnetic connector, so when I pull up to the house over the weekend, I can let it charge.
Nice. So
like I have my little C-Tech charger that I've spliced in a little magnet.
Wow.
So because one time I was connected and I drove away and I pulled about.
So that was basically for you
50 feet of extension cord down my street because I was still connected to my battery tender. And my trickle charger. I guess battery tender is a trademark, so I shouldn't say that.
Trickle charger, yes.
Yeah, trickle charger. So anyway, I made my own little magnetic one, and so now if I accidentally back away, it just lets go.
Okay, explain to me exactly what I did wrong.
Well, you backed away with things attached to your truck.
Twice.
I've
done it twice.
Now, when you did that,
I did it once.
Did you pull down your itty bitty garage, the whole thing, you pull away from the house when you did that?
But the second time was in the Mercedes. Straight up, just luckily did
it shoot back and crack your windshield, or did the expel windshield film protect you?
The windshield protection film protected me. Yes, yeah. So anyway,
I've got them coming up in the guys over at PFS coming in. I don't know, 1 or 2 episodes. So.
Protective Film Solutions. Yeah.
They're awesome. What a great bunch of guys.
I will say this. So this has been an interesting journey with that, and I'm glad you're going to talk to him. So last Christmas, so almost exactly a year ago, I had the protection film put on both windshields of the Mercedes and the TRX. And the TRX it was wonderful until I took it to Havasu 3 times in 120-degree heat. And then Quinn drove it home the second time from Havasu here, and it was like looking through Vaseline. So the glue did not like 120-degree heat. So that was the only downside. Other than that, and I had to have it redone. So they pulled it off. The guys at PFS redid it, and I can't tell you how many times it has saved me.
Oh yeah,
and I have it
on the Jeep now.
I've been professing this since I got it installed. Even though I had that one issue with the heat making it look wavy and weird, we redid it. The Mercedes still looks as beautiful as it did because I've kept it in a relatively cool climate. It seems fine.
Yeah.
I've driven work behind sand trucks. These you
just hear it peppering.
Oh my God, it's awful. And these belly dump trailers, as we've talked about before, and it's tick, 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 tick. And you're thinking, if I didn't have this film on this windshield, I'd be out another $2,000. It just would be awful. So that you're up to speed. That's what I've done on the truck. Oh, I am going to be redoing the exhaust again because it's not loud enough for me anymore.
That can't be right. It's not loud enough for you? No, it's too loud.
No,
you want it louder?
So I went and put the valved system in. Okay. So I had the Valvetronic.
Right.
You
had like a Borla, and then you had the mid pipe, and then you had sort of a custom thing done, and then you had the valves put in so that you could control it.
Yes.
And now
what happened is that are you familiar with a Helmholtz resonator?
Yes, I am.
So the way that my valved exhaust was set up is that even when the valves are open and it's not supposed to be going through the muffler section, the muffler section is acting like a Helmholtz resonator.
So basically what's happening
so it's taking out the crackle.
Yeah.
Which I want the crackle back. I want my crackle back.
I have a stock 392 Jeep that if I push one button, it crackles like a mofo on D-cell. It's crazy.
I know the way to do it would be to isolate it and prevent the exhaust gas from going.
You should add extra valves.
Yes.
Are you adding more valves?
I'm going to a different setup so it can't flow through the muffler section. And I'm also going to try some high flow cats that they are seeking a Carbio on.
This is where the dominoes start to fall.
So instead of a vacuum actuated system, this will be a motorized valve system and high flow cats. So I should have best of both worlds. I should be obnoxiously loud and quiet when I want it.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's possible.
I'm heading up to see David Borla in a few weeks, and we're going to put his Borla S-Type on the Wrangler. And that's a nice system because it keeps the valves. On this, if you hit off-road mode, it adds a bunch of fuel on D-cell, and it crackles like crazy.
Gotcha.
It's even better with the Borla. But
so I still have Borla in there.
Yeah.
I still
You have
have
the mid-pipe.
Yeah, I've got the H section.
Yeah.
And with his
polyphonic.
Polyphonic, yes, yeah.
So I'll have a polyphonic.
I always
on
want to
this.
say polyphonic spree like the band.
Yeah. No,
Right.
so what I love about it, though, is on his exhaust, the tips are up higher, and they're smaller, so they're less prone to trail damage.
That's what
and
she
things
said.
like that. Damn it, Lightning.
That's what she said.
Do you remember Alice?
Alice. Oh, I forgot about
That
Alice.
was a long
yeah.
time ago. So anyway,
our AI assistant before there was AI.
yeah, that's right. So anyway, getting the Borla exhaust put on it, I like that his exhaust is tucked up, and I would have had it the first time, but it didn't work with reservoir shocks in the rear, and he's since changed the routing on the production one, so now everything fits. So that'll be one of the next things, and then I've just had a litany of stuff that I've been doing. Obviously, got all the AEV stuff. I had some prototype or pre-production pieces, like the lower front adjustable control arms on it, and I got the AEV shovel. The world's most expensive
Wait, what? An actual shovel?
So in their tire carrier, they have a hole for a shovel, and there used to be a True Temper that you could get from Home Depot or something that worked, but you'd have to cut like 4 inches off the end, so when you open it, it didn't dent the corner of your Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody did that, and they rewrapped the end of it or put the grip on it. So AEV finally said, you know what? Well, let's just go find out if we can find an American company who can make a beautiful shovel that fits our carrier. And they did, and the blade is stamped AEV with the logo on it.
Oh,
everything.
wow.
It's a $65 shovel. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to have the shovel. So I added that to it, and then I've got all the Baja Design Squadron lights. I've got the AEV 7000 series lights on it. So, you know, diff covers, the high steer kit, all that stuff. They did a great job. But
So you have surpassed the old 392.
not yet.
Not yet?
There's still a ton of stuff to do. So
What, like your fridge and stuff?
I got to do the fridge. I got to do the cargo. I got to do the battery on the inside. KC was experimenting with these thin battery, so it's like 1.5 inches thick.
Okay.
So we're gonna. I got one of those, 100 amp hours. So that'll be awesome for the trail. And then Red Arc, I'll do a different BCDC, probably the Alpha 50R.
When are we going to do an off-road trip? Because now
Well, it hasn't even seen dirt yet.
Right. Well, neither is mine.
That's not true. You went to the Tacoma mine, right?
Yeah. I've done a few things, but it's just, it needs to see. It's probably why my suspension does not articulate enough. It was probably why I'm getting that squeaking.
No, I think it's your sway bar bushings are probably.
Yeah, well, it needs a workout. You know what I mean?
It does need a workout.
It's just sitting around eating Doritos all day, watching football. You know, and he needs to get out on the trail.
That's
you
you.
know, run some sprints. It is me, yes.
No, he does not watch football.
No, I'm just trying to relate to our audience. Yeah, and I don't watch football.
Yeah, he does not watch football.
So, okay.
So anyway, I've got a bunch of stuff. I did get the those cool 3D printed shifter coins, which I love, and then Audio Uprising, which used to be Terra Acoustics. I got the new front speakers for this one with the Silk Dome
I loved how
tweeter.
those sounds. It sounded great on your last one.
Yeah, and they're now in a couple months they're releasing their soundbar speakers, so all tuned to the Jeep and stuff. So
Sound up above.
up above,
Okay.
yeah, because everybody's like, well, this made the front stage sound so good. Can you do something with the soundbar? And they're like,
But it's still rear fill, though, right? It's not. You don't want the sound coming from behind you.
No, but these speakers just make everything feel crisper and brighter and not as muddy, especially at the higher level. So those would be cool. And then they did a bunch of Mopar stuff like door sill guards and metal, pedals, because I think the stainless pedals look cool. And I did the 67 Designs 55 Series rail for
Now, wait a
mounting my
minute.
stuff.
Your metal pedal thing here for
Yeah.
a second. I remember when you got in the Mercedes one day.
Yeah.
And you accused me of upgrading my pedals because you're like, as if it were lame and dirty.
No, I
Yes.
thought you used
And-
Chinese pedals on your Mercedes. That's what would have been lame and dirty.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, because you had
didn't
so
realize they were
much
real.
disdain.
No, I like metal pedals.
It's for my metal pedals. And I'm like, no, dude, the car came with them.
Also, my favorite band, Metal Pedals.
Metal pedals? Yeah.
So, and then
They're out of Sweden.
Joe Z over at Z Automotive hooked me up. Taser, No Limits. So I've got that in there. And by the way, flawless. And some people are saying I've had issues with late 25. I have the latest 25 392 you could have had because I think mine was built like the last week of production.
So you've
Zero
got the
issues.
latest Uconnect and everything.
Everything.
Right. And all the CAN buses. Yeah, we could take a segue here if you want.
Go for it.
So if you've got a 25 Ram, I'm going to back up a little bit to like 23 and a half. 23 and a half.
When all the problems started with the electronics?
GM rolls out GM Global B. Global B,
Yep.
right. So it doesn't affect too many people yet. But as you roll in to 24, now all the sensors, your MAF sensor, MAF, your MAP sensor, and other sensors under your hood, because they're all intertwined and emissions related, not just airflow, but emissions related, they now have digital signals that go through all of the sensors. They're not just 0 to 5 volt sensors anymore.
Yeah.
So if you mess with any of the sensors,
They know.
they know because they're talking back to the ECM in real time and they're correcting themselves. So if you want to manipulate said data and change your intake or whatever on your GM truck, you can't just put a bigger intake or a higher flowing intake or whatever you want and screw with that sensor, the position, the cross-sectional area at that sensor, whatever. You do anything to it out of spec
Done.
and it throws check engine lights
Yep.
and it ain't happy. So now what you have to do is you have to mimic that digital signal at every single sensor. The positive crankcase ventilation sensor, like all these things. So back in early 25, we being Banks, released the Ram Air intake system for the 24 Duramax. And with that intake system comes an air mass control module. So it manipulates that data and keeps the ECM happy. So we're the only company the only intake manufacturer actually improving performance. If you buy your S&B, and I'm going to say the names because we've done all the research. If you buy your K&N, your S&B, your any of these other brands, it's stock performance. You get a nice logo, you get a good-looking box, but you might get the performance.
You might get the performance up front, but then it just mellows itself out because it self-corrects, right?
No, you get nothing. In 10, 20 miles, you get a check engine light. So what these guys have had to do to get stock flow, you might have a huge filter, a mammoth. The actual element is big. What they've done is added tons of cotton gauze or synthetic cotton gauze to thicken it. So they've actually made it very restrictive. They've made it very restrictive, exactly. Or at the MAF sensor, they've made that section of pipe smaller. So that intake tube section is stock.
It necks down, basically.
It necks down, exactly. So that was a big deal for Banks releasing that intake. Now for 25, GM went one step further. Now they have a PCV sensor.
Oh, wow.
In that same piece of tube.
Oh.
So now for 25, 26, you will get two patented electronic modules with your Banks Ram Air intake.
And you wonder why intakes are so expensive anymore.
Yeah. And so that is coming in first quarter of this year. We'll have the 25 and 26 Ram Air intakes for the GM trucks. And then, so you get into 25 and here comes Ram. And Ram didn't really care about the intake. It was fine. Now they have CAN FD, which is a high-speed data network. So your diagnostic devices don't work. Even a snap-on scan tool that you get at like AMCO, right? It won't read certain parameters. It won't read transmission gear and DPF, soot load, and all these things, these vehicle-specific parameters. So Ram steps up and they've got this network that's hard to deal with. And that is why you don't see intake systems for the 25, 26 Ram. And as you recall, new for 25 and Ram, they have no more, it's now a side draft intake manifold, no more intake elbow, no more grid heater. It's got
a bunch of changes. I mean, it's basically a new engine.
Exactly.
Even the compact,
the graphite,
it's gone. Now it went back to a gray iron block.
Exactly. So we've got our Ram Air intake coming soon for that. Then when you're talking, so that's for the 25, 26 Ram. That'll be out also, I think, first quarter of this year. And then exhaust systems got totally honked up with this. If you've got the DPF back, for all the guys that are doing deletes, which is deletes are out of control right now.
Yeah.
I mean, out of control. Yeah. But for the guys in California and some of the states that still do they have rules and the owners are abiding by those rules, you have a DPF back exhaust.
Yep.
If you enlarge from 4-inch to 5-inch behind the DPF, the sensors don't like it. They think that the DPF, the diesel particulate filter, is full of soot, even though it might be
because
empty.
the velocity changes.
The pressure between there's a sensor in front and a sensor behind this big canister under your passenger seat, basically. And it doesn't know how much soot is in this canister, but it does know the difference in pressure between them. Well, if you change the pressure or reduce the pressure behind the second sensor, the first pressure sensor thinks that the pressure behind it has gone up. Do you follow me? It's looking at the delta between the two. So you go to a big exhaust system behind the DPF, and all of a sudden your truck thinks that the DPF is full and sends you into limp mode within 10 miles. So now you can't even upgrade. So now with the new Monster exhaust, you will have an electronic module that will come with that exhaust system. It's wild. And that is on the GM 24, 25, 26 and the Ram.
Where does it plug into?
Ram. And we just discovered, we just discovered that Ford did this to us again. They did an over-the-air update on the HOs, on the 6.7, on the Power Stroke. On the HOs, there's a new cal. So if you go up to a 5-inch DPF back exhaust on those, you'll set a code.
Are you hitting the death?
I know,
Are you
I
an
forgot about
amateur?
that.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just passionate about this.
You used to tell people, don't kick or punch the desk while you're talking.
Well, I'm
and
talking
here you
so
are.
loud that you can't hear me punch the desk.
I can hear you, and I can see you. Oh, my gosh. Seriously.
There's a lot going on. Okay, so good stuff happening. Good stuff happening.
All right, good stuff.
When I say
more modules.
When I say 68 RFE, what do you think? right. So did everyone. So Quinn, 68 RFE is a transmission on Ram heavy duty trucks. I'm pretending that you're the audience and you don't know.
Just nod.
Okay, just nod. All right.
Yeah, okay.
So it's notorious for as soon as you tune the truck and you add horsepower, it's the weak link. Guys are always breaking them. And so how do you get some longevity out of that transmission? One of the ways, without going inside of the transmission, adding billet internals, is you keep the the fluid cool. How do you keep the fluid cool? Well, first thing is use good fluid, AMSOIL, right? We're surrounded by AMSOIL in the studio.
Yep.
And then you go to the new Banks Ram Air Transpan for the 68 RFE.
Oh.
Drops the temp by double digits.
Jeez.
It's freaking awesome, and we can barely keep them in stock. So I do recommend you order these now to get in line, but they have been absolutely amazing. So, and then I think last time you and I spoke, we were dreaming of having Toyota Tacoma parts at one point.
We had talked about it.
They're real, and they're sold out. So I reached out to a bunch of guys, all in the Toyota space, and said, hey, we're moving in and we think this is going to be a really big deal, but it's going to take us time to earn favor in the Tacoma community, right? It's a tight-knit community.
They like who they like.
They like who they like, exactly. I said it's going to take us a year. We've got a new intake. It is the best one on the market. I'm going to put my personal reputation behind it. And I thought...
Which isn't much, let's be honest.
It's not much. I have earned it's somewhat decent in the aftermarket, I think.
Okay, sure.
I do the GM, Ford, and Ram guys right. And so I tell all these guys it's going to take us a while probably to move this first batch. You know, I've got 500 sitting in the warehouse right now. And boo, whip, I was wrong. First weekend, all 500 gone. If Banks makes
that ain't true! That's not true! So get your facts straight.
What are your facts? Is that a fact?
18 horsepower gain.
That's pretty good.
Is that crazy?
Is that hybrid or non-hybrid?
Both.
Oh.
Both. Toyota made it hard on everyone because the Trail Hunter and the TRD Pro have a different cal. Mm-hmm. All right, because it comes with a TRD intake, which is not very good.
And they have the 33-inch tires on it too. So
the cal doesn't affect the horsepower or any of that, or the gearing or any of that stuff that I could tell. The cal had to do with the intake, which is made by K&N. And I have opinions which I won't share.
You can't all just bleep them.
No, I won't share. But the thing is that our intake is better than the TRD intake. Now, it doesn't...
At this moment, I'd like to remind listeners that these are the opinions of Jay Tillis and not
are
necessarily...
you freestyling here?
I am freestyling.
Not necessarily the opinions of the Truck Show podcast.
Oh, yeah. What you're supposed to say here, Holman, by the way, is that this... So we're up at my buddy Zeke's house, up in the mountains, and he is a scholar when it comes to biblical content.
Okay.
And so...
Scholar or theologian? Theologians are cool. You ever spend time talking to? It's amazing.
He's somewhere between the two.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. So anyway, we're up there having drinks with him in his wine cellar, his parents' wine cellar. And it's me and my two sons, Quinn and Gavin. And Gavin had a couple. This wine is incredible. They have racks full of $40,000 bottles. It's crazy up there. Yeah. And so we're getting drunk off of this. It was like
on the coattails of others.
Yes,
which is how I like to get drunk.
This one was cheap. We were slumming it with like a $2,500 bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they're talking about.
Well, I had Louis the 13th 2 nights in a row this week.
Did you really?
Yeah. And that's like a 1 ounce pour, and it has to be delivered on a silver platter in crystal glasses. It's like that you have to.
Okay.
And one pour is like $2.75.
Oh my God.
For an ounce.
Okay. I'm not familiar. I'm just going along with that.
It's
sounds
cognac
crazy.
and it's amazing.
Wow.
And I had a friend who was generously drunk and he's like, "Oh, everybody, let me try." You're going like, what? That was amazing.
That's awesome. So anyway, they're talking about biblical stuff, and my oldest just starts professing about stuff he's not really sure on. And Zeke leans over and goes, "Are you freestyling right now?" So freestyling is when you are just blabbing about something you're not entirely sure about, but you're committed to it.
Yeah. So you just got that's basically how I've done the show with you for 8 years now.
I freestyle a lot.
Both of us.
So suffice it to say that the Ram Air intake for the 4th gen Tacoma and 5th gen 4Runner, which it also fits, are murdering it. They're absolutely amazing. And we have more coming in stock all the time. So if you've got a taco, this is the intake. And I'm telling you, and I welcome anyone to dyno it, because we've all seen crazy claims about horsepower gains with intake system. We've all seen the videos where cold air intakes don't make power. I've seen them all. I've seen every video you've seen. I promise. This one makes the 18.2 horsepower that we claim it does. So that, and we've got some amazing boost tubes with billet couplers that you should check out as well. We've got the best sounding exhaust coming. So a lot of good things happening from Banks, and I'm still your plug. If you need a hookup, hit me on Instagram and I'll help you.
I-392 lower mount.
See, I thought I sent that to you already. I really did. I don't know why it didn't arrive, or maybe it's in your garage. Denise didn't show you or
it's
something.
It's possible, but unlikely.
Okay.
I know all the boxes that come through the place. So.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure because you've got the new Pro. You had the old iDash.
I had the old one.
You had a Data Monster, and now the Pro. You're going to love the screen.
Yeah,
high res, faster.
Well, I miss having all the data points without having to go to like off road mode and see everything. Like it's nice to. I had my 8 parameters that I always kept an eye on, and it was great. And I had. So on Jeeps, their low fuel light comes on premature because the philosophy is you're probably out in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to alert you to your low fuel level earlier than maybe other cars.
Right.
So I was able to dial in when the iDash alerted me on low fuel to like the actual one, so I could ignore the one on the dash a little longer, and just things like that. And air density is awesome to see.
And there's so many guys driving
trans-temp
turbo or supercharged vehicles, and they don't know what kind of heat these things are putting out.
I didn't
power.
think. So I didn't think because the first one we put it on was my supercharged Jeep, so I needed it, and we put a bunch of sensors on it and everything. Then I got my old 392, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of nice to have, but I don't really need it because I don't have a blower. No, there's so many parameters that are really important, especially climbing a grade in the heat and being able to not only see your intake air temp or your air density, but also be able to see, okay, I've got oil temp, trans temp, all right here. I've got my alert set. It can remember the highest.
And these are unfiltered. So what we're talking about is the Banks iDash Pro. It's a 52 millimeter gauge that you can put anywhere. We make some really slick looking OE mounts that go in your A-pillar for all the big trucks and Jeeps and such, including the Tacoma and Tundra. And it's really, really handy to have in situations like that. Or if you have a trouble code and you don't know what it is, it's got diagnostics. You can clear right there. It's a very, very powerful tool. And for guys who are modding their vehicles, if you added a turbo, upgraded the intercooler, things like that, you can see the before and after. And you can know, did I spend $900 wisely or was it a waste?
Yeah, totally. And just, being able to see those temps, especially slow speed trail crawling, things like that, be alerted to. Because I can set my alerts before the alert would come on the dash.
It's unfiltered data. That's what's great, is that people don't realize that you actually, your dashboard has a computer that filters everything from fuel level to all the temps. I think we talked about a long time ago where Porsche was notorious for not alerting you when the temperature was, they had changed the temperature on the dashboard because people didn't like the real temperature because it was too hot.
Well, GM did that too. Ford did that. I mean, all the mechanical gauges of, before the digital dashboard displays, they were just good or no good.
Right, you're being lied to.
Yeah, so there's no range. It wasn't like if you you accelerated, the oil pressure changed because they didn't want people seeing that needle sweeping. It's like, oh, this needle's moving whenever I accelerate. Well, yeah, because you're putting the engine under load, right? So anyway, iDash gives you the ability to see all that kind of stuff.
Because it's filtered, it comes unfiltered straight from the ECM.
Which is awesome. So I can't wait to get that on there. But yeah, going back to the Taser and the No Limits. And then I've got the Bilstein 8100s coming. That's going to be a big deal. And Apex Design USA, they do the steering cooler kit, which I'm going to put on this one. I had on my old one, was awesome. But they also make.
They are on fire right now. Apex. They have the sway bar end links.
I have them.
Those look.
They're awesome.
I want to get your truck just so I can have the sway bar end links.
So the owner, Paul Cox, was the guy he was at Fox. And
does he still not do interviews?
And yeah, still. He's like, I don't like interviews. But he's he's this amazing source of information. He is. And he's the one who developed the Falcon shocks that you can get on Terraflex. Like he's the dude. And the cool thing is he makes it's like a mountain bike shock that is your sway bar end link. You pump it up with a mountain bike pump to 150, 300 PSI. When you go off-road, you lower it to 0, and it's like having your sway bar disconnected, and it takes up the movement so it doesn't mess up your motor, and put the stress on it when you have a lift and big tires and a lot of movement, because it'll take up that first bit of travel because they're articulating end links. And then when you get on the road, you pump them up to like 200, and it's like having... If you do 300, it's like having a solid end link. But if you do like 200, 225, they have a little bit of give. Not a lot, but it's like a shock, and it's an automotive grade shock that looks like a mountain bike shock for your end link. And it takes that first little inch of harshness from your sway bar engaging. Mm-hmm. It takes it away because it dampens that.
Yeah. It was really smart.
Oh, so
solved the problem.
Yeah. So getting those, so that'll be, suspension will be dialed in at that point. And then, like I said, working with American Venture Lab and getting all the battery cargo stuff all sorted out. And if you look, when I had the Jeep completely wrapped, it doesn't have any final edition graphics on it because I thought they were stupid. I didn't want to be 392 final edition.
I don't. What do they look like? Those graphics?
They don't look bad.
Is it a decal or is it an actual plastic emblem?
No, it's a decal and it says final edition on it. And I'm like, I don't want that stuff.
It's lame.
So when we had it wrapped at PFS with all the Expel, they took everything off. I took the big hood decal off because hood decals after 2 years look horrible. It doesn't matter how you take care of them.
Because they start looking chalky?
No, they get the hard water spots on them. And you just can't get them out. And so we took all that off. And then my buddy Matt Zerbrick at Jeep Graphics Studio, he's got the license for doing all. So if you go to your Mopar dealer and you want to have like a different Rubicon or a different name or whatever on your Jeep, he's the guy that makes those on a higher quality vinyl than what you get from the factory. So they last longer. And he had this really cool Rubicon, exact same font, exact same colors as factory, but with like a topograph through it. And then the little triangle where the vent is replicates that. And so I had Expel or PFS after the Expel put those on. And so it
would have been cool if you put your own like topographical map of like Huntington Beach or your neighborhood.
I don't want people to know where I live.
Like, no, that'd be cool. Shed. No, there's like a little icon. You are here.
You are here. Yeah. Home is here.
Right.
So, or bring me back here if I'm lost. But yeah, so I had that done, and it just everybody walks around. They go, "Oh, that Rubicon in your hood's really cool." Just little things. So, been working on stuff. I got a bunch of stuff.
Okay, so we're talking Mopar.
Yep.
Let's segue over. Turn Quinn's microphone on.
It's
over
on.
here. Okay, so Quinn, sit up. So stop your whatever trade you're in the middle of right now with your crypto. Okay, so Quinn has his little Scion TC, his little Ricky Racer car.
Yep.
Right.
I remember
lowered on
that.
KW springs, some nice niche 18-inch wheels, low pro Toyos.
Did you just yawn into the hot mic? What's wrong with you? We're trying to help you right now. All right, come on, engage. We're doing a live podcast here.
Right. Okay. So if you recall, we installed, we had the guys from OEM Audio Plus on the show. Well, I did that in his Scion TC, and it freaking rocks to this day. It is a great 9-channel amplifier and speaker system. So the car's all set up, but he's like, "Oh, my friends have Tacomas and 4Runners. I want to get off the ground and, get some stance."
See, I started in an 87 Honda Accord LXI. And then I went and got a 94 Ford Ranger Splash 4x4. And then I went, man, I kind of missed my friends with, the Rice Rockets and things like that. I'm going to go back to my Honda. And I got a 2000 Honda Civic Si that I bought new. And then I got really tired of going slow for dips and speed bumps. Went to my 2002 Ford Ranger FX4 brand new and never looked back. Yeah. Never owned a car again.
The one thing that I love about his car, I think Quinn does as well, is it has a really good security system. It's called a 6-speed manual.
Yeah. That is
Yeah, no one
a
knows
great
how
one.
to drive that. Every time I'm at school, no one knows how to drive my car.
lost
so
art.
when it sits there, and I'll be in class, and they'll text me, "Hey, can you please move your car?" Because none of them know how to.
You're like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, then I can use it to my advantage if I want to spot in the driveway.
All right, so he's looking at potentially a Tacoma, a 4Runner, probably not current generation because that would mean that he's already struck the crypto lottery. But I wanted him to look at your Gladiator because you can get some smoking deals on Gladiators. Is that still the case?
You can get a really good deal on a lease Gladiator right now.
Quinn, are you interested at all in that, like the Gladiator he had out in the driveway?
Or do you want an old, clapped out Tacoma with 120,000 miles on it?
Maybe not the Gladiator.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the look of it, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I would see myself driving that.
So what? All right, give me your options on trucks. And what's your budget? How much money?
Infinite.
No.
Infinite.
Just kidding.
I think like 25-ish to 35-ish in there. Or just strip that away and say payments at $400 a month.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, you could probably get a new Ford Ranger. There's some pretty good lease deals on those. Interest rates are coming down if you want to buy.
The Gladiator came up because the lease deal that you were getting on were so ridiculous. They were like $200 a month.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't know.
Do you
if they're-
seriously not like the Gladiator, Quinn? I brought this whole thing up because I thought you might like the Gladiator.
I literally just don't see myself driving it. Like, it's a cool car, but I don't see myself.
It's all right. It's not him. You know, it's me. I've been driving this one. I've put like 5,000 miles on it, and they haven't picked it up yet. So I've just
Do they
driving
forget
it.
you have it?
No, but they have to get me some parts that I'm installing on it. So until that happens, the holidays happened, and they're just like, yeah, just whatever. It's just drive it. I'm like, perfect. So I've been keeping the miles on.
Do you want to borrow it? You want to borrow it for a weekend?
Maybe I'll see myself driving it after a test ride driving it.
Are you saying that you want to be the same as your friends? You don't want to stand out on your own.
No,
you don't want your other.
All my friends have
go get a Nissan Frontier.
All my friends have regular cars. I mean, some of them have trucks. Like one of my buddies, Owen, has a Tacoma, but most of them have like this beater cars.
Are you aware that your fuel economy and your gas bill is going to go down and up?
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Okay, all right, because that's a shocker for some. I think the Tacoma's okay. I'm not that impressed with the current generation. It's just okay. You can get decent deals on them, but they get expensive fast with options.
we looked. I brought up the Frontier because you get a lot of truck.
Get a lot of truck for the money.
Yeah. What do you think about the Frontier? Have you seen the Frontier? I showed you the Frontier. No,
he's giving you that
blank,
look.
That's a blank look right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Ranger? Have you looked at the Ranger?
Yes, I have actually. Yeah, that one's not that too bad.
Too bad.
Well, if you're going to spend like your entire yearly income on a vehicle, you should probably be a little more passionate.
You got to help us make good radio here. You're not helping us.
Well, I don't know. Like, I haven't.
What are your needs? Let's back into this. What are your needs?
Like deep dove into.
Well, we're doing that. What are your needs?
Well, he snowboards.
Well, yeah,
so four-wheel drive.
Snowboarding. I mean, think about it. Any truck has a bed, so like at the end of the day,
Honda Ridgeline, perfect.
No,
it would be amazing for him.
No, that's where you say, I don't want a Ridgeline because it's not a real truck.
How about a Maverick?
Say the words, Dad, I don't want a Ridgeline because it's not a real truck.
Dad, I don't want a Ridgeline because it's not a real truck.
Thank you.
So, have you thought about a Maverick?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked into
because it has a bed, and they're actually
like
pretty.
The
they're actually. I've said this on the show before. I wanted to hate it. And the more I spend time with it,
both did.
the more I don't hate it at all.
We both had daggers and swords, and we're ready to stab it to death.
And you can get it with an all-wheel drive hybrid now, which means good gas mileage and all-wheel drive for the snow.
So the Maverick looks it looks more like a car, but it's still a truck. Meaning,
no, it looks more like a truck, but it's still a car.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, it's a car. It's built on it's not body on frame, which means
unibody.
What's that? It's unibody, like a car. The frame.
It's basically a pickup version of the Bronco Sport.
So, like Quinn, actually, why don't you go through what makes a truck? Explain it to this guy.
Because I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It's a longitudinally mounted engine.
Yeah.
It's 3 of the 5. That was our rules, right? 3 of the 5.
3 of the 5.
So body and frame.
Now, this is important. Stop here. Because I know you say this and everyone knows what you're talking about. That means that if you pull the body off, there's a frame
there's
in the shape of an H.
Yeah.
Literally 2 rails, front to back, and one in the center holding it all together, or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's really a truck guy, like a truck guy, wants where he can pull the cab and the bed off, and there's a frame that
it
he
makes
can
it
mess
stronger,
with.
basically. So you have
Right?
this big, strong foundation. Versus,
Otherwise, you get what you have in your Science TC, which is the
You
body
bolt
and the
stuff to the
frame
body.
is all one thing.
All right, so body on frame, longitudinally mounted engine, the capability of 4-wheel drive, and has a bed separate from the cab.
Yes.
And what was
Whereas
the
the
last one?
Ridgeline does not. The
And the
Ridgeline,
Maverick
Honda
doesn't either.
Ridgeline, the bed is part of the cab. It's all one long piece of steel.
What was the fifth one?
I don't recall.
Oh my gosh, our listeners are like,
They're
you
freaking
idiots.
out. They're
yeah,
pounding
like,
on
you
the
guys are
dashboard right
dumb.
now. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
We're old with no memory.
Come on, he had one job and he screwed it up.
Because I honestly don't remember. It was body and frame, longitudinally mounted engine, 4-wheel drive capable, bed separate. Oh, open cargo space. That's
cargo
what it was.
space.
Open cargo space. Bed separate for the cab and open cargo space. That's what allowed us to determine. I think that the Ridgeline was not, but the Maverick was a trucker. So I don't know what we did.
Because we wanted to.
Oh, Rivian. Maybe we did
It was Rivian. Was it Rivian?
Yeah.
No, I think it was Maverick.
I think we were trying to back in.
No, we were trying
okay.
to get Maverick into the truck club. That's
Yeah.
what was.
Is that what we were doing? Yeah. Anyway, so those are the 5 things that make a truck.
All right. So what I'm hearing, Quinn, is that you don't really know, and your dad shouldn't have brought this up on the podcast because it's a premature conversation.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks for that riveting interview.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
really
right.
appreciate that.
What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. A lot. A lot. Well, okay. So this could be worse, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay.
So
there's a big sigh right there.
So the wife,
okay,
right?
Okay,
You're familiar with.
I am familiar
Brandy.
with the wife. Yeah,
and you know
I also have one.
Yep, and you know that, like your wife, she
goes through cars. Yep.
every 2 years.
Yep.
She signs 3-year leases
and then turns them in early.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't do that anymore. I forbade her from that because it became such a problem.
Okay, so she's currently driving a Porsche Macan.
Right, yep.
All right.
Which don't get excited because it's basically a Volkswagen.
No,
with Porsche badges.
like if it were parked out here and you
if you looked at it, it's playing Porsche cosplay. But when you
Yes.
sit in it, there are switch blanks. The dash isn't wrapped. It just doesn't feel. To me, it's like this is a really nice Audi. It just doesn't have that Porsche vibe.
That's a little harsh. I don't think that if you're not a Porsche aficionado, you don't know it's not a GTS. Like
exactly,
it looks,
it's a Porsche cosplay. But
Yeah.
if a car guy goes,
you
in,
know
goes,
what? It's a
four-cylinder-
BMW like an M package, but it's not really an M motor, right? Or it's an AMG badge when it's not really.
It's
a big
just not
V8.
nice enough to be a Porsche.
It is nice enough, but I put some
nice enough to be
22
an
inch
Audi.
wheels and painted the brake calipers.
The
It looks
outside's
great.
awesome. You never know. You sit in, you're underwhelmed.
Well, the bottom line, she's over it. She's over it, and she wanted a BMW X5 at first, and I thought no, because we have 2 neighbors, and it would look like a row of BMW X5s, and it's a great car,
which is a great reason to not buy a car.
It is. Well, you just told Quinn the other day, do you want to be like all your friends? No, you don't. You want to be. You got to have some, originality. So you're never going to guess what she's looking at. I want you to guess.
Jeep Wrangler.
Nope. But interesting, but close.
I don't think you're gonna guess this.
Any hints? Any hint? Like what country does it come from?
U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, domestic.
Okay. And she likes a slightly bigger vehicle.
Yep, because she wants.
So I'm gonna go mid-size.
She wants to once again tower over
everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah,
yes.
she's tired of sitting down.
But she doesn't. She doesn't want it like mine.
No.
But close. She doesn't want a big truck, but she wants something that's maneuverable, but it's got space, and
So she
feels-
wants an SUV.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know it's a mid-size to large SUV.
It's I wouldn't call it an SUV. The SUV is the wrong term here. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Give me something.
It's got a badge of a horse.
Oh, she wants a Bronco?
Yeah.
Okay.
She wants a Bronco Raptor.
She won't be happy with it.
See, that's what I think.
It's so the Bronco Raptor is a very specialized one. I'm going to be punny here. It's a one-trick pony.
Okay.
So the thing about a Bronco Raptor is it's super wide. It's basically an Ultra 4 car that you can put a license plate on.
Right.
They ride nice. They soak up the bumps nice, but they're very.
Do you want to tell her this? You want to call her right now?
I don't feel like I should interfere with. I feel like I should plant the seeds with you and
do that.
and give you the.
You sure?
Why doesn't she just get a standard Bronco Sasquatch?
So I brought the same. I said, "What about a Badlands? What about a Sasquatch?" She goes, "No, I like the stance of the."
Well, yeah, but it's going to be harder to park.
She can drive mine. She figures it out, and she drove my dually. Do you remember my dually was?
I mean, I'm not
had a 12-inch lift on a dually. I was 80. I think I was. Wait, I was 110 inches wide.
Listen, if she wants to get a Bronco Raptor,
Something
I'm not going to
ridiculous.
stand in her way. But if she's going from something that handles really quick and fast like the Porsche, and she's used to BMWs and things like that, it's a different driving experience. It's more laid back, and the fuel economy is not great. I think when I took...
It doesn't matter. She drives 12 miles. It doesn't matter.
So you'll blow your turbos out from not getting the engine warm enough.
Okay.
But when I took my 392 to Colorado, and 2 weeks later did the exact same trip in a Bronco Raptor, I think it was only about a mile per gallon better than the 392 was.
Yeah.
And the driving dynamics of a Bronco Raptor, at least on road, versus my AEV kit with the Bilsteins on it, was almost the same.
I don't know if she's a Jeep person.
And it's not. No, I'm not trying to convince her of the Jeep. I'm a Jeep guy, but I also like the Bronco Raptor. But I'm just saying you have to get into it knowing with the right expectations.
Yeah, she's driven a couple of them, which I found.
And
she will usually tell me after she's decided. She's like, "Oh, I drove this," and I'm like, "When? Why?"
They're not.
What?
They're
Where did
not super fast, and they're not quiet. They're Jeeps are not quiet.
I don't.
Bronco
think
Raptor's
she's-
not that quiet.
I don't think
either.
she's interested in quiet. I think she's going through a phase where she's willing to be obnoxious.
Okay.
You know.
Well, then rock on. I mean, if you came here expecting me to
But isn't
turn her not to,
but I don't. I haven't even gone to the website because I'm scared to see the price.
they dropped to $10,000.
I thought they were like mid-80s.
Bronco Raptor, yeah, it is. According to the Ford website, it's $79,995. They
what I
dropped it
thought.
$10,000. So anyway, $80,000.
What's the track width difference of the Bronco Raptor versus a Sasquatch or
Massive.
Badlands?
Oh, I have a picture I'll show you of my Jeep parked next to a Bronco Raptor in Moab, and it's silly how wide it is.
Really?
It's as wide as a F-150 Raptor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And this is Holman's favorite Raptor. I mean, you
Yeah.
coined that term.
I did coin that term. So here's the other thing. How are you going to fit all those vehicles in your driveway?
I think they'll...
And open the doors.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, it's something to consider.
something to consider. Or she can get a four-door Strap edition if she wants the old school graphics and get a...
No, that's
70.
not her.
All right.
That's not her. She's looking at like all black or
the Heritage Edition.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, ready to spend 80 grand, my
I don't
friend?
know. I actually really enjoy the Macan. I think it's a really fun car. It handles well. I know you think it's a Volkswagen, but like I
don't think
really
it's a
enjoy it.
Volkswagen. It is a Volkswagen.
I know it's actually a Volkswagen. I get it.
Listen,
I get
if it had a VW badge on it, would be amazing.
I've never owned. I
Audi.
mean, that was the first Porsche. I never expected to own a Porsche.
Yeah.
And she came home with it one day and said, "Okay, whatever." And I drove. I thought this is actually kind of a fun little car. It handles.
It
great.
is. I have no issue with that part of it. It just feels downscale from what my expectations of the interior for a Porsche. It doesn't feel hand done. This doesn't have the special there should never be a Porsche that doesn't have a hand stitched or a stitched dash or
I agree.
switch blanks or things like that.
I agree, but that
it
financially it allowed us to get into it, so it was good. And from the outside,
so
it looks great.
you served Porsche fine by entering the brand at the
Yes,
bottom and
right.
helping somebody get a 911 at the top. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. I realize where I fall in that chain.
All right, so what's next for Lightning?
Just Banks 24/7. That's how I roll.
All right, we failed with Quinn. I also failed with you convincing your wife not to get a Bronco Raptor.
Yeah.
And I feel like we failed to deliver a great show.
Why change
This is the worst show we've ever done.
So this feels like the old days, and I'm all for it. I think this is great.
I enjoy this. You know what I mean? If you guys listening...
Well, maybe it's a good time for me to mention that parents with small children listening might want to be aware that this particular talk is intended for a more mature audience.
You're supposed to play that at the beginning.
Oh, oops.
That doesn't fit at the end. I've already listened. The kids are now cowering in the back
We've only
in the third
played
row.
10 out of the 5,000 drops that I have here. So we played a bunch of drops. We played a bunch of That's What She Said. We have bored people for over an hour.
I think this
What
was
more do you want?
This was a riveting episode with your man Lightning. Riveting. I can't wait for a year from now when I'm back on the show again.
I was going to say, are you just trying to angle to come back?
No, I'm not. I have my hands full at Banks. We have so many new parts and so many things to promote and so many videos to shoot. If I'm hoping that you guys follow me on the gram, etc. If you can always get a hold of me at LBC Lightning. I'm thinking about changing that handle, by the way.
Oh God, what's it going to be now?
No, I don't have one. It doesn't really. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense because I'm not really, other than this show.
Yeah.
I'm not Lightning, anymore because I left Lightning behind. I'm known as Jay Tillis everywhere else, right? So
LBC Jay Tillis?
Yeah, I might be actually firing one of these up at Banks. So we'll see how that goes. Again, yeah, a vodcast. We'll do it on video. So you'll be able to see all of my screw-ups on video. So that'd be nice.
I feel like we should have pulled the 5 or 6 remaining Know Your Notes and played those, and I wasn't ready for that today. So maybe you have to come back and we can do those.
Okay.
What are the old things that we used to do that we just don't have time to do anymore?
I don't know because because
you're just not around.
Yeah, I'm not around. I listen. You're still doing it. I really enjoy the news. You bring me up to speed on the news. It's been great. Your guests have been good.
There's a lot more coming of
news. Good. There's so much happening in the truck world. So I appreciate you keeping it real.
Well, I feel bad that we fell short of the number of episodes we tried to get out last year, but I had a little forced sabbatical.
How are you? Do you look? Does Sean look like he was near death? Because he was.
Oh yeah, I should have died.
Look, he had half his head ripped apart.
Yeah,
his ear was ripped. His ear was hanging off his head.
Yep.
I'm not kidding you.
Broke my neck, broke my shoulder.
Let's see some scar action.
Broke my back.
Come on, let's see some scar action.
All right, so here's the scar on my neck from my neck surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's my
shoulder.
My shoulder. I broke my shoulder.
Yep.
Those are the only two. I'll take my headphones off so you can see this white one right through here.
Yeah.
And then there's one right here on the side of my head, and this whole ear has been reattached.
Oh my God.
And so that's why it's kind of weird looking there.
It doesn't look weird. No, they did a really nice job. If you didn't...
Not bad for trauma. So I went to my neurosurgery doctor here in Orange County. Of course, he didn't perform it. I got transferred to him when we left Utah. And he just gave me the all clear. I had to go get a contrast CT scan where they put the dye in you.
Oh, I heard it makes you feel really weird.
It's weird. It makes you feel like you have 105-degree fever for a minute.
Okay.
And then and you can feel it going through your body. It's super weird.
So don't do it unless you have to.
It's just weird. So did the CT, did all that, and he looked at it and he said, I said, am I done with you? He goes, no, not yet. I said, okay, so what do I have to do? He goes, you need to leave my office and go to the card store, buy a Christmas card for your surgeon, and tell him thank you. Because with trauma surgery, you never know what you're going to get. And he goes, the quality that they did and the parts they use, my race car parts they have on the inside, he said is phenomenal. And he goes, your healing is crazy good. So I still get some neck pains and I can hear pops and things like that.
But you had that before.
Yeah, that's true.
You were a mess before the accident.
I got almost all my range of motion back. So I've been going to PT twice a week in the pool. And so my arm, so I'm going to get away from the mic because I'm going to show you. I was only able to go 40 degrees by putting my arm.
So you're putting your left arm out straight into space. Yeah.
And now I can reach above my head. Totally, and I can reach behind my back, and all that kind of stuff. So, and then yeah. So it's been crappy, but
so how many ounces of titanium are in you right now?
So I don't know how much, but I do have a titanium plate in my shoulder, and then I have a titanium cage in my neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 levels of fusion, and he basically said that as long as I'm not wearing a helmet or anything that does quick movies, that in a Jeep I'm good, cleared me for that, so I can get back to off-roading finally. So I've been kind of holding back a little bit because I want to make sure that everything was healed, and so now I'm happy. I got his blessing, but my days of riding in race trucks and roller coasters are over. I asked him about roller coasters because my wife really wanted me to ask him, and he's like, why take the risk? He goes,
so wait, I was going to ask you to go to Saudi Arabia with me to the Middle East to go ride the new Six Flags World's Tallest Roller Coaster.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with that roller coaster. If you guys are into roller coasters and you haven't seen this one, it's bonkers. They built it on the side of a cliff. It's the world's tallest, fastest roller coaster. It's got a windshield.
I would love to do that, except for he basically said one bad motion, I will be paralyzed for life. So
don't.
I can't. Yeah.
I don't know. This roller coaster might be
it might be worth it.
Dude, it looks so badass. Six Flags.
Here's the thing.
Middle East.
I've gotten used to being able to get up in the morning and then get dressed and drive and go places, and I kind of like it. So I think I'm just going to stay away from the things that might cause me permanent body failure. So
being able to take yourself to the restroom, things like that are nice.
It's really important when you can go do that on your own, and just being able to clean your butt.
All right.
Super important.
Well, on that note, thanks for having me.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
Glad you made the time to come down and visit your old stomping grounds.
I love it. I love it.
Listeners, they definitely miss you.
Yep. And if you guys are in the market for like a pedal monster for whatever you're driving or any Binks equipment, do hit me up on the gram at LBC Lightning.
At least for now. Now, if you change it, you have to let us know so we can tell everybody.
I got to just Google J Tillis, Tilles, and you'll find me.
Somebody that has the Lightning like username and see if you can buy it.
I did. He was a dickbag. He was in England. He's a gamer. This guy has at Lightning. And if you go to it on Instagram, he will not give it up.
Then why don't you become OG Lightning?
Dude, I offered him $5,000 for it. Wow. And he goes
You're always a gamer. He made way more doing it.
No, he doesn't. He's squatting on it, dude. There's no post. Go to it. There's nothing on it. And at first he wouldn't reply to me. So I went and I looked at all the people that were talking to him on his other posts, and I went and said, I want to get in touch with your buddy. Are you friends with this dude? And one guy finally got me in touch with him. And so I had to go around him to get this. And anyway, I don't have it. He wouldn't give it up. I'm like, douche. He's not doing anything with it.
$5,000. I feel like I'd give that a user.
I don't know. He wouldn't
All right.
give it up.
I still think you should do RIP Lightning.
RIP Lightning? That would be kind of funny.
It would be funny.
I don't know. I don't want to project death on myself.
Yeah, it turns out I'm really hard to kill.
You are. It's true.
The Truck Show, the Truck Show, the Truck Show, whoa, whoa.
All right, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming by and gracing us with
Listeners
your presence.
are like, man,
I don't miss it.
I forgot how bad the show was.
It's
with
like
him.
a Cherokee XJ. Like you think about how rad it is, and you drive one today, and you're like, nope,
Okay, sucked. Right.
So this is great. This is a holiday present to our listeners to remind them that the things they've longed for aren't what they thought they were.
Well said.
All right, if you want to follow us, you can do that on social at Truck Show Podcast, or leave us a message on the 5-star hotline, 657-205-6105. Man, it's been a while since we've had any messages. It's funny, ever since I launched Podshed Insiders, nobody leaves us messages or emails us because it's all in there now.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not good.
Because you need voicemails. You got to play them on the air.
I need people.
Yeah.
All right, you can
Let me see if I can do it. 657-205-6105?
That's correct.
Wow, I still have it.
Give us your feedback, truckshowpodcast at gmail.com, and I may or may not answer it. I don't know. I haven't been going there lately.
Don't say that, because now they won't leave
All right,
a
send it,
message.
and I'll read your email on the air. And, of course, join my favorite Facebook group, the Podshed Insiders. And we got to thank our sponsors, AMSOIL, AMSOIL.com, for those of you who love your vehicles and want the best synthetics, oil change kits, car care products, everything you need, AMSOIL.com. Awesome knives at a great price at Kershaw.kaiusa.com.
You mean what, like this right here?
The Kershaw
Check
in your
it.
pocket?
Look at this. Look at this.
Look what I
Right
have in mind.
there.
Right here.
Look
Hold
at
on. Right there.
Ooh. Yeah, dude, this is I love this knife. I cannot tell you how many Christmas presents this opened. Like, this comes in handy. This Kershaw is, I forget the model number. What is this guy here? The Hinderer?
The Hinderer. That sounds like you in the show.
Hinderer. I am the Hinderer.
You're hindering me trying to end this.
Just done right. That's what it says right. A Hinderer design.
Thank you, Kershaw. All right, and if you want the best in adventure, vehicle-based gear content, and all that stuff, go to OVRmag.com, and of course you can use the. Why did you do that?
Because OVR.
All right, and you use the code at Truck Show Podcast, and you can get a free digital subscription for a year or a discount on print. So that'll do it. Can't wait to do it again soon. Thank you, Lightning. Thank you, Quinn, and I'll see you in another year or so.
Love you, mean it. Bye.
The Truck Show Podcast is a production of Truck Famous LLC. This podcast was created by Sean Holman and Jay Tillis, hosted by Sean Holman, and uses production elements by DJ Omar Khan and Jay Tillis. If you like what you've heard, please open your Apple Podcast or Spotify app and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're a fan, there's no better way to support the show than by sharing it and patronizing our sponsors. Some vehicles may have been harmed during the making of this podcast.
You can't do Emmy's Love It, Mean It.
I did rip her off, didn't I?
You totally ripped
Play
her.
Oh my God, excuse me.
By the way,
that's so much better.
So I did our top 10 of last year, and I ended with I said, New Year's resolutions to be better, because I think I played the drop of it, right?
And then your first show was with me?
No, right. There's that. So I said, but I'm gonna play this last one at the end of Emmy belching because it hasn't started the new year, and I made it super loud on purpose, so it's super disgusting for whoever was listening to it.
Oh man, this is gonna be an awful show to listen to with my new sound system.
A weird little show.
All right, you guys. Love you, mean it. Bye.